Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer, where we've got more eco-crime deep diving to do. We're on level 4. It's all eco-crime once again, as we examine the merits and the problems with said syndicate. I've managed to locate 5 fresh maps and a repeated Ambrose. So we will have Ambrose, Bangkok and Marrakesh as our alerted. We'll have Haven, Wick Creek and Mendoza as our regular maps and therefore our potential showdown maps. Shall we start with a fresh map? Let's start with Bangkok, as we've not yet done eco-crimes here. We need to make a target slip, cause an accident, and perfect shooter. This is the first time that accident kill has showed up rather than the more specific variant. And I'm glad it showed up because it shouldn't be too hard to pull off. We'll grab a katana for our prestige and we'll grab our usual pistola. Now, what might we want to bring? We need to make a target slip. We can do that. We've got perfect shooter, so we don't want to be shooting oil puddles on the floor. But we could Seeker someone, and then we could drown them in the bog, and that should count just fine as an accident. So I don't think we need anything particularly spicy. We could bring a remote emetic, but then we're not carrying anything to allow us to slip it into a briefcase. We could bring a Prox micro taser, and if the target is a guard, we can just throw it on the floor for them to pick up. Now let's help ourselves to some fruits and then see what happens in Bangkok. Chilling at the bar, a fine starting location. And we've got a crate, and we've got elusive target, so it's one of the horrible versions of the map. Now, let's grab Napoleon. Maybe someone will get blown apart down the line. Our targets are all upstairs. We've got one in the security room who is probably a security guard of some sort. We've got one on the other side, Paul Jeffrey. It's probably an easy first target. And then we've got Tanawat up in Jordan Cross's kitchen. We're not allowed through there at the moment because elusive targets are going to be coming through. So where do we begin? We need to get upstairs. If we're going to Jordan Cross's kitchen, we might want a chef outfit or something along those lines. What happens if we sneak across to this little room here? We have a pair of dudes. So we can take them out and pop them in the freezer. I'm pretty sure no one's going to be that concerned and wander in. And this gives us an outfit that we can roam about in and potentially get to Jordan Cross's kitchen in. Potentially. So where might we want to begin? By going upstairs. Right, so you've now buggered off, so we are allowed wherever we like around now. So maybe we have a look at this target who is up here. Are they still here? No, Paul Jeffrey has moved upstairs again. We're certainly not allowed up here. Maybe in there, but we don't have the keycard.
Those little or... I don't know why you're not listening to him. He's telling you this very nicely.
Telling us what? I'm confused. Are we? Okay, that's hostile.
Get the hell out of here, man.
It's full on hostile, and now we're being shot at. This hasn't worked out well.
Negative, command.
Where'd the little punk go?
Where did he go? Certainly not here. Okay, that's not worked out well. That's not an ideal start. It seems that the gunmen are thoroughly onto us, so I guess this outfit is kind of blown. Thankfully, we weren't shot in the process. I just wanted to use a different outfit for once. I guess that guy was supposed to be telling me, you can't come in here. Please don't try it. But he didn't actually say anything. He just sort of stood there. Bit of a bug, perhaps. Now, there's one of Jordan Cross's bodyguards. We've managed to shut the door behind us. That's fantastic. So, this may have actually worked out just fine. There we go. I mean, it's not a thingy-majig outfit. It's not a non-guard outfit. But it will allow us to get around a bit. No, that guy's just leaving. Damn. Could have got a second outfit there that might help, but alas. Now dozens of guards are returning to their post. Very well. So it makes sense to go to the other side of the hotel at this point, whilst we've got a cross bodyguard outfit. We do have Dexy hanging around there though. She knows that we're not one of her men. Now, it looks as though our security guard might be one that roams about.
Jordan's birthday's today? Yeah.
Because he is just there at the moment. So if there were fewer people around, we could potentially push him over the edge. But there are ample people around, so that's not happening right now. Now, do you have a key card for me?
Hey, who the hell are you?
Nothing for you to worry about, miss.
You have to stop right now.
We don't have to stop.
I'm gonna go get help now.
You're going to go and get help, or are you going to come in? You can come in if you like.
Hey, you! Can anyone please help me?
Okay, this is getting out of hand again.
I need help here.
There we go. Problem solved. Potentially I could have done that as the chef and just shot those guards outside of the suite upstairs, but I feel like that would have escalated pretty quickly.
Cole, he's going for civilians! Can't find him.
He's not deliberately going for civilians, it's just an unfortunate series of circumstances. Nowhere to hide, so we're just going to chill here. Oh, we've lost Perfect Shooter. What a shock that is. So there's a guard. He's not our guard.
Hey, there's not a place for you to be. You gotta get out of here. Just go.
Central, come in.
Here come a couple
now.
more, including our
What's
man.
going on here, over?
I'd really rather not shoot our man. But maybe we could katana him, get at least some progress done. It's not the accident kill I was hoping for, but there's
Hello?
other targets.
Some nutcase went on a killing spree.
But first we should probably take out the other guy.
Make him.
And now katana.
Hey, I'm on it.
To actually just nip out sight again.
I see him right there.
Okay, they see me. This could go badly wrong. We can hold off in here though. Potentially. Oops. Shot the tally. That's Perfect Shooter gone again. How does that guard out there know who we are?
We gotta get this.
Cool, now no one knows who we are. Let's just inch out bit by bit.
He's aiming for the head. Jeez.
I'm aiming for the head, it doesn't mean I'm always getting the head. Now, where did our katana go? Did I already pick that up? I forget if I nipped out and grabbed it. It might be in the head of... There we go, it's in that guy's head. I knew it was in someone's head. Perhaps we take out this camera. Whilst nobody is really watching us. There are suspicious people. Ah, suspicious people upstairs. That's part of the problem. It's only a small part of the problem, though. Because we should be able to sneak into here. Yeah, we've been caught on camera again, but now the cameras aren't a problem. Good. What's in this safe on Freelancer? Anything tasty? Just a memory stick, just plot stuff. Now everyone should be settling down. And I'm going to steal all of their soda cans. At least all the highlighted ones. I guess the others are empty and therefore we don't need them. They wouldn't pack sufficient punch if we lobbed them at some dude's head. So where are we at? We've still got to make a target slip, still got to get an accident. But we've turned the cameras off and we've completed our prestige. And now everyone is just roaming about. A lot of guards are going to make their way over there to start bagging and tagging, so that's probably fine. Let's go deal with this chef. Okay, it's not in the kitchen right now. A couple of other dudes are.
Wait, what? What did you do?
Nothing.
Oh, come on. What did you do?
And there's our man. He does go back into the kitchen though, doesn't he? Are these two going to leave the kitchen? Okay, so that guy's leaving. Target is coming in. That guy's not leaving. Now. Is that guy going to come over here somewhere? No, he's going to go around that way. Okay. Kind of thought he was doing a loop. Okay, so he does a bit of chopping, then he wanders off. Is that a problem? Probably
Blood,
not.
Sweat and tears.
This guy can go in the freezer, and potentially we could lure our man over by throwing something down. But alternatively, we could just put our other slip item on the floor. Because he walks over there. So that should work. There's no windows in here we can toss him out of, unfortunately. Could potentially drag him across the back here. But then I feel like people are going to notice. And there's also no windows immediately in the recording studio. So maybe target number 3 is the accident kill. Yeah, we'll just seeker him, perhaps. I think he went up and down different floors. So we should be able to seeker him. And then deal with him. Yeah, there he is. So he is back in this room. And then where's he going? He's going that way. And he is headed upstairs. So, not ideal to try and shoot him whilst he goes upstairs or comes back down. Whole lot of people in this room though, so maybe not ideal to try and seeker him in here. Could be tricky. Could potentially clear out that kitchen and then stand in there and fire a shot without those two guys noticing.
Help me!
But I'm not sure about that. Also, why is everyone suddenly panicking? Why is everyone in there suddenly gone into chaos? And started to evacuate the elusive target, perhaps? That's very puzzling. Okay, our man is eventually coming back downstairs. Let's see, there's probably no spots from here where he's easy to seek it. And we wouldn't want him to go back upstairs if we seek him. We probably want to do it from this floor. just so that he goes into one of these bathrooms. So what might work best is if he goes right here. Yeah. Those two guards hopefully won't be looking this way. Not really, no. And he didn't hear the shot because we fired it from far enough away. Fantastic. Now, please go to 47 Suite. And we're going to get probably the most basic type of accident kill. The old bog drowning. Lovely. And then we just leave his face in the bidet. And that will be 3 out of 4. Where's our supplier? They are back over in Jordan Cross's place. On the 3rd floor, where we got the outfit for it. So it can't hurt to pop over and see what they have to offer. We'll slip back into our kitchen where our friend is still just lying on the floor because no one's bothered to clean him up. What do you have, my man? Sniper rifle and a pistol, it's fine.
Hey, if you need more, you know
Keeps us busy.
Hey.
And now we've got a safe downstairs as well that we can take care of. So we may as well get a bit more cash for that. I think it's the one that's out in the little hut where the 2 resort staff hang out.
Well,
Now, where are we
bring on
going
the
to
gossip.
look for our clues?
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, cool, we're allowed in here. Grand.
Well, I only picked
no
up
clues in
bits
here,
and
though.
pieces. Something about Miss Barrett.
I don't think they're further back this way. I think they are probably all out front. Right, having trouble finding it, but I have got a fire extinguisher.
Good answer.
What's one more bit of chaos, eh? Yep, still no signs of it, so we'll just pop this over here. Can we put it on top of the safe? Maybe. Maybe we could throw it on
Please
top of
leave
the
us
safe.
alone. What the?
There we go.
Come on, pick that up.
I will not pick that up. Now, there's a gardener. He is coming this way, so we'll behave ourselves for the moment. Now he's gone past.
Shit!
Mallows. Bit of unconscious bod. That's fine, it was just an accident. We can all chill.
Any description on possible suspect?
Sorry, I didn't get a look.
You gotta be.
The suspect was short and red and cylindrical. But now everyone's gonna
Central, I have arrived at the location and it
Chill
looks
out.
clear. Over.
Okay, she's not chilling now. But everyone else will chill out in a minute. There we go. I guess we could just waltz in and rob the safe anyway, because taking stuff out of an already blown safe is not even a suspicious activity.
Huh?
So, there we go. Not the smoothest run, but it's Bangkok, isn't it? It's never a smooth run on Bangkok. So we managed one accident. One was all we needed. That's fine. I also forgot about the whole microtaser thing that I was going to do. But hey ho. Now, Marrakesh. Take no damage. Water canister and poison emetic. We'll bring the old water canister. We'll bring the remote microtaser. It's not a bad map for accidents. Old Marrakesh. We should probably take a look as well and see what we're doing here. Eesh. I mean, we could go collateral firearms, I guess. We've got multiple targets. We'll put back the screwdriver I just picked up because we should be able to find one if we need it. And we'll bring a little snipey along because I believe we've now got one that pierces somewhere. The Ghost doesn't, the Viper doesn't. But we do have a Drazina of some sort. So we don't have any rifles that are both silent and piercing. But maybe that's just something we'll have to live with. That one's a bit bulky though at size 4. the old Lancer, so maybe we need the Dracaena. It's definitely a slow one to pull out of a thingamajig, a briefcase. Also, they're all size 4, and we need a pistola. We could bring the short baller, that's only size 1. I'm going to assume that the Lancer is also slow to pull out, but I don't know for sure, so we'll bring that along and we'll see how things go. Oh, I forgot that we've actually bought 2 large items, but thankfully the oil canister has turned out to be the one that's in our hand, and the sniper rifle has turned out to be the one that's in our briefcase. So all is well. We got a target over at the square. We got one in the courtyard sort of area, and then one in the Shisha Cafe. So the one that's just in the square is probably a prime target for a bit of sniping. Which way am I even walking here? It's anybody's guess. You're a shopkeeper of some sort. A food vendor, perhaps, is the technical term for what you are. Over here we've got Crusoe's bodyguards, and we've got a man who's gone in there to do push-ups. Well, aren't you in a private location? Let's just spill some water. And let's just drag our new friend onto said water. Right, so remote micro taser. We'll just plop it down there. And there's our trap kill water canister out of the way. Fantastic. Now, does anybody really care if they find a water canister? We could conceal it in this garbage can, but I don't think it's the sort of suspicious weapon that people drag about the place. So we should be fine to just leave it on the floor there. Now, that guy's outfit lets get up into the top floors of the shops. I don't think so, because it's not a bodyguard outfit. I mean, this guy is also not a bodyguard outfit, but you just try and stop me from making a puddle of death when I come to Marrakesh. Try as you might. I'm just going to keep doing this every opportunity I get. Now, who's going to come over? That might well be the elusive target Caruso guy. And that's one of his guards. And that's his other guard. Anyone else going to notice all this? Maybe. Yeah, that guy probably will.
What the? Paramedics are on their way.
Yeah, you come rushing over. Once again, it didn't work out well for him. What fun. Should we leave it switched on? Now. You. You're a shopkeep. Which means your outfit could be of use. And there's a... Oh, there's no box in here. Okay. Nevertheless, we're now allowed in here. Now, one of these has got a bodyguard. It's the other one, apparently. So we don't need to worry about that. And this is hostile. We're a shopkeeper. Where's this hostile? I guess because bodyguards and whatnot are roaming about.
Stand back. I'll investigate.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me twice.
You come investigate, tough guy. Now. You come with me down the stairs a bit. Now we're not in a hostile area. Certainly got people over here who will recognise us, but they haven't yet. Yeah. Oops. Well, so much for subtlety. The main thing is we've cleared out this rooftop, and now we can potentially get a piercing snipe on our second target. Actually, that waiter outfit might be useful as well to get us in the Shisha Cafe. But where was our target now? They're hanging out over there now, so they have a smoke and then they'll return to the middle somewhere. So this is a long animation sniper rifle, same as the Dracaena. Not really a surprise. You're just sort of standing there. So potentially we get our collateral kill that way. Good. And now potentially we grab a waiter outfit as well. And then we'll go back down the flight of stairs that we came up, I think. Because yeah, bodyguards and such are coming up the other way. But we're not there. So that's fine. Someone's goofing around. Yeah, that's exactly what we were doing. Just goofing.
You copy? I'm at the location now.
Do we want to be near the crime scene right now? Probably not.
Hey there. Need anything? I'd like to buy some glue, please.
What do you have for us, friend? We'll take a little pistol. Our body's going to get dragged this way. And if they do, is that going to lead to more fatalities? I feel like probably it will if they are dragged that way, but maybe they won't be because the bod's a little further away. No, the bod might be going this way after all.
Everything's under control.
Well, I guess that means we need to go back round here and get ready to flip the switch again. And another one gone. Is there any harm whatsoever in shooting out that camera? I don't think so. Also, maybe that got the attention of someone else, and we're going to rack up another kill. Nope, that guy's just going to collect the other bot, I think. But that's fine, that will be another kill as soon as he drags them round. This is all just fannying around though, it's not helping us get our final target. But I just cannot resist flipping this switch again. Okay, so this guy hasn't been zapped immediately, but it seems like he's abandoned his current bod just so that he can grab another one and do the same again. And yeah, hasn't worked out for him. So let's make our way into the Shisha Cafe. Can we just walk in through the front door without getting frisked? As a waiter. One would hope so. Yeah, we can. Good. Now, our target is leaning against the wall, having a smoke though. We probably want them to be in here, having a vomit. But how can we do that with some sort of subtlety? Maybe we could do it from upstairs. Okay, we're not able to see him from up here. No, he's moved over there. Can anyone see us from here? Don't think so. Okay.
Nobody dicks with me. Where is he?
That hasn't fully worked out. Looks like we might have even missed our target.
We have an armed suspect on the way. Oh, they're out there.
You need to be pretending to be a waiter.
You should leave the area. We might have trouble.
Now, where's our gun? There it is. Yeah, it's pretending to be a waiter. Good, that kind of works out okay. Kinda.
You need to stop such a look at you. Just show yourself.
So that guy's sus. Everyone else is just roaming about doing their thing. But yeah, we're a bit... Okay, we got away with it. I was going to say, we're a bit exposed there to do that and get away with it, but apparently not. So now we just need to ice this guy and disappear. Oh, and grab our water canister. But icing this guy should be no trouble. I'm glad he ignored the gun on the floor, although someone else is coming in.
Pacify the shit! That was a gunshot. Stay alert.
That was a gunshot. Can I please change back to my short baller? Okay, so someone knows that we're dodgy. This is probably a good spot to hold them off, though. He's not in the bathroom.
Fire at will! Fire at will! Understood!
Yeah, fire at will. No one likes that guy.
You know where he is! Go get him!
No one knows where he is.
I can't see him!
He's not here. Another massacre. Why did that guy suddenly come back to the bathroom? Did he know that there was a gun on the floor? Because no one had reported it. It's very confusing. Seems like we keep getting into this sort of mischief though when we do eco-crime. Yeah, it's clear. Everyone just bag and tag.
Whoa, what are you doing, man? Leave us alone.
I'm trying to leave you alone. I'm trying to get out of here.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Now, is the safe in here? No, it's not. It's outside somewhere. Alright, there's a guy out there who knows that we're suspect. But maybe we could just race past him without too much difficulty. Yeah. Yeah, we got away with that. Marvellous. Now, where's that safe? Why has there always got to be one that's just a pain in the butt to find?
I am so honored.
Found 2 of the clues.
Come in.
Cannot find the 3rd. If I was just playing for myself, I would just give up at this point and leave. But as I'm playing for you guys, I want to try and do everything that I can. So maybe we'll go find that propane flask. We will not go that way. But that way lies trouble. That guy is not an enforcer. Good. I mean, he's probably still a troublemaker if he spots us doing anything untoward, but I don't think he shall. And there we go, there's a propane. Now, it's going to be tricky though, because we've got this man stood here. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness for that. I was going to say, we got that guy stood there, so he was going to hear the propane. He was probably going to hear the shot getting fired as well. And that would have led to all sorts of trouble. But thankfully, trouble is not what's occurring right now, except in that picture-in-picture there, where we're looking at the back of 47's head and into his soul. But no, problem solved. Safe robbed. Run perfected. We should be starting at this point. Oh, I left my water canister behind. What a dullard. Good thing we're running out of stuff to collect freelancer-wise. Although I could have got my taser back. Alas. But anyway, we should start thinking about where we're going to go for our showdown. Wick Creek? Drowning Killer's tricky. Well, maybe not tricky. But there are a lot of places where people don't go to bathrooms. They just go to like a bird bath in the garden or similar. But I would like to do Wick Creek because I've done showdowns on Mendoza and Haven recently. Otherwise I would say Mendoza just because there's 4 bodies and I've got to hide them apparently. That sounds like a challenge. Whereas Haven has 4, but they don't need to be hidden. 1 needs to be buzzed. And then we need snipe and a bit of a medic. What else do we have on Haven? Collateral firearms. Well, that combines with sniper rifle, I guess. So, yes. Haven. Electrocution kill. We could bring a Prox Taser. A Prox Micro Taser. Because one of our targets is going to be a guard, surely. There's so many of them on the map. But maybe we also bring a remote taser just in case we do have to do it another way. But maybe we don't bring the water canister. I'm sure we're going to find a water spot on Haven where we can take someone out. So I'm going to risk not bringing the canister, and I'm going to bring our new favourite sniper rifle, the Jaeger 7 Lancer. And suddenly we're over capacity. I guess we'll leave the wrench at home. We don't need the wrench. Wrench doesn't need a holiday today. We could have probably got away with leaving the big taser, because one of our targets, as I've said, is going to be a guard. But maybe they're not. There is a target though in the secret office? No, they're in the Villa Hall. So that's probably a guard that we could deal with. Okay, so here's what's happened. I've spent like 10 minutes following this doctor around, trying to find some sensible way to nick his outfit so that I could get into the villa. And yeah, no, we do have a target in the villa, you see. It's just being a right pain trying to get this guy.
Good day.
He's roamed about and now he's in a spot with loads of eyes around. It's not going to be easy, so heck with it. Much as I wanted just for once to leave this villa guard unbonked, we are in fact going to go over and just do the normal thing.
Oh, yeah, that's just typical.
Yeah, I know it's typical, my man, but you just make it so easy. Maybe next time I come to Haven, I'll find a different villa guard and I'll take them out instead, just so that you can survive. But I don't want to be here for the rest of my life doing this, so yeah, today you get bonked again. Plus you give us the key as well, so you're obviously the best guard to take out, so really, who can blame me? But still, I feel guilty. Not guilty enough to stop doing it, but guilty nonetheless. Now, our target in the villa, they might not actually be a guard, so we might not have a guard target. Yeah, you're just a guy. There's no obvious way to electrocute you. But at least we can seek you. Maybe you'll go to a quiet bathroom and we will find a way to electrocute you after all.
Damn,
Oh, there's the doctor again.
you don't look okay. Should I call an ambulance?
You're a doctor. Just help him, Muppet. Honestly, he's just trolling me at this point. Now, where are we going, my friend? Just into the bushes? Maybe? Apparently so.
Anyone found anything on the security tape? My ass on the line. Got it.
Okay, I wasn't expecting him to just hang out over here.
Somebody worked.
But that's fine, his body's basically hidden. So that leaves 3 targets for the potential electrocution kill. And one of them is a waiter. This much I know. So maybe we run around and find him. Actually, maybe we hold off on the waiter for the moment and we go and have a look at old Kevin instead. Because I feel like he is definitely going to go to a toilet if he gets seekered. We've only got 1 seeker shot left. Because what I'm thinking at this
Hello,
point
sir.
is that we get into a bog and then turn on the taps. And that'll make a puddle, which allows us to
Have a
electrocute.
nice day.
Because I feel like Kevin is probably the water ski instructor.
It's probably Mr. Williams. Well,
No, it's just a shirtless dude. Okay. But you are going to go to a toilet if you get seeked, right? Right, there is a sink in here, actually. Which we could overflow. Because I'm not sure if people are going to go in and out. Yeah, people might come in and out of the bathroom. Whereas in here, there's only going to be one guy that might care about that, and that's the lifeguard. Look at that beautiful puddle. So lifeguard comes in. Probably sees the bod. Yeah, he does. Don't really matter. Now you there. You can get on that puddle for me. Where's our remote taser? There it is. Not a prox, definitely a remote. And we have dropped it successfully. Good. Excellent, there's our electrocution. Bod's going to get found in a minute by the lady that's coming in, but that's fine. It was a tragic accident. And now you are indeed, as I thought, the woman who hangs out with her friend over here.
Can you believe that Caesar Bradley died? How is he even allowed to work?
So, I guess this spot in the bushes is fine. Everyone else now is investigating the sink. But that's cool.
Someone please, help!
Right.
Hey, you there! I think something horrible happened.
Yeah, there's guards over there doing their thing. She is going to move back into position in a minute. You two. You're going to sit down next to him. Not quite. You're going to stand next to him, yeah? Where do I have to be to get this shot? There we go. Now. Good. That took a bit more lining up than I thought it would.
Hey, I need help! Right now!
But that's fine. We'll just stroll off.
Checking in from the beach. Nothing to report. Over.
Yep. Nothing going on at the beach. Except for those shot people, but don't worry about them. And then our last man comes over here every now and again. Although there's also a crate here. Mercers? Yeah. So, we have a guard. Is our guard going to be the one who goes to investigate that? Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So with you out the way, when our waiter friend comes over, it should be nice and easy. Where do you go, my friend? You just go in there, basically, don't you? You're practically asking for a fish. And a crunch. And we'll even tidy you up. Now if we just pop over to Supplier Friend, that will be another perfect run. I mean, it's a perfect run without Supplier Friend. They're giving us their right here, and we've got an outfit that lets us carry ordnance. Let's grab him. Let's get the big gun.
Hey there, come back anytime. Hey, you need anything? I got some cool stuff.
Now let's swap our briefcases. Wait a minute, let's swap our briefcases. There we go.
excuse me, you dropped something.
I know. Now, can I grab it back? There we go. We do have the correct briefcase. Fantastic. I don't think I've ever left a level with the incorrect briefcase before and left the full one behind. But I'm always paranoid that I'm going to. So I'll always double check. Leaving behind a water canister apparently is fine. but no. Gotta check those briefcases. And head home. And despite the convoluted nonsense that is eco-crime, we actually got through that level without some sort of massacre happening. Can we do that on the next 3 levels next time? And finish the challenge? Who can say? I'll tell you who. You can say when you tune in. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.